So is in connection with the Ahmedabad plane crash. And clear in detail आमगे तो बाप Trajan सांगतो की त्या as far as what I know in simple दोन्ही उतरायला sounds होता की आमगे तो दाबोली airport हा is sitting on a time bomb and a time bomb cannot explode there and की जाइते but only God knows. So basically to highlight some issues where we are sitting on a tickling time bomb with regard to Dabolim airport. Sir Trajan will explain in detail की त्या especially मुद्दो त्याने मुखारी समजून गेला and I'm there with him in whatever he says. Okay, in detail to explain with regard to Dabolim airport.
Thank you, Mariano. See, what you have been talking about, Mariano, Dabolim airport is a ticking bomb. These are not charges. This has been established by surveys of the Navy and by orders of the High Court. And therefore, they are just not, we are flying kites in the air. Now, the unfortunate, horrific, and heart-wrenching plane crash that took away over 250 lives. Crew, including doctors, including citizens who were not on the flight but on the ground, made the director of civil aviation to have a survey, what is known as to initiate a focused assessment of the aviation ecosystem. And the Director General Civil Aviation has released the report which is flashed for the last 2 days on the newspapers. Now, what have they said? They have found out there are faults in the maintenance of airlines as well as at the airports. Now the question is, one of these mentions they said, the report says, similarly and at an airport, center lights were not unidirectional. These are the findings of the DGCA after having put a survey on this. Of the obstruction limitation data has not been updated for the last 3 years. And no survey has been performed despite many new constructions around the vicinity of aerodrome. Number of vehicles in the ramp areas were found without speed governor. Now this is very, very dangerous for any airport because they are not mentioning which airport. They have not mentioned the name of any airport. I am coming to that afterwards. Therefore, he has rightly pointed out that Dabolim is one of the ticking bombs because they are talking of no survey of illegal construction within the 4 kilometers. This 4 kilometers. Earlier, there was a UN cry about 20 kilometers. That is not true. It's 4 kilometers. The question is, all these lacunas that are there, it is the cost of whom? It is the cost of passengers who are flying and citizens who are living around with the help of the support of their godfathers illegally. While the DGCA listed a number of problems that is found during its comprehensive surveillance, conveniently these are reports from the newspapers. It did not name the airports or the aircraft in which they were found. Now my question is this. Immediately on this, why are you not mention the airports that are lacking in proper facilities for takeoff and landing without any untoward accident happening? Why are the names not of these airports and airlines not being disclosed? So, the so-called double engine Sarkar, because this is the central government. I am coming to the double engine Sarkar here later on at this Dabolim airport. But this is general. My question is, this government is shielding the airlines profit and airport profits, not giving the choice to the flying passengers to decide which airline I should travel, because they are not aware, poor people, whether the airline is maintained well or not, but they have the data and they are not disclosing it to only protect the interest profits of the airlines and the airports at the risk of us citizens, you and me, who would catch any flight from any airport which we are not aware of. Why is this kept secret? TMC demands that this be made declared open to public. Let the public decide where to go. You are hiding this at the risk. So you are aligned to make money, and what profits you are getting at the cost and risk of human lives. And you talk of doubling in Sarkar. You talk of nationalism. You are not listening to the Navy. You have the minister in Goa cabinet who says that the Navy is shameless. Here it is. And on one side you say that we are nationalist. You respect the Army, Navy and Air Force and do not listen to the dictate, because what they are doing is for the safety of you and me. Anybody could be traveling, not knowing that this airport has got some lacunas. And this is not our report. This is a DGCA which is widely published. Okay. Now let us come to Dabolim. Now this is, many of my old friends will know it. This issue I had taken up in 2019 on the Congress platform, to be very clear. As he has rightly pointed out, he is the neighborhood of that area. Dabolim is a ticking bomb. And with whose blessings? With the blessings of the present Panchayat Minister, who is there as the Panchayat Minister of 2017, with his blessings. I make this charge, and I'll tell you why I'm making this charge. There are so many illegal constructions that have come up there. Now these constructions, I will go in short, that were done by the approval of the MPDA. Now the MPDA, the Panchayat Minister was a member of the board, and his henchman one, Mr. Yadav, is also on the board to approve the same construction. And this is not my observation. This is the observation made by the court. From the record, I'm reading the court's order. From the record, we find that MPDA has not only ignored with impunity several letters and communications addressed by the flag officers commanding in the context of unauthorized constructions, mushrooming around the Dabolim airport, but further attempt was made by the MPDA to even overreach the action of central authorities under the Aircraft Act, particularly in the context of 2015 rules and the CCCA prepared by the central authorities. This is a court finding that the MPDA has overreached its powers, trying to supersede the central government rules. And who is a member of the MPDA? Is the Panchayat Minister, being that constitution. Now, the MPDA at its meeting on 18th November 2019 took the matter of color-coded zone mapping submitted by Navy on the agenda of the MPDA for discussion, and Maureen Gudino was present in that meeting. A resolution was adopted to reject that submitted by the Navy. This is why I have not made a charge. I am speaking on facts. The Honorable Court noted, finding that the aforesaid resolution of the MPDA was in excess of authority vested in MPDA. Now I can understand the sarpanchas and chairman of Vasco municipality and all those are the members. You have a Panchayat Minister who is already facing charges of corruption in the court. The power scandal, everybody knows about it. And he still continues to be a minister. This is the double engine Sarkar. He's still in the washing machine, not out of the washing machine. Yes. So I have read this from the court order. According to us, the High Court says, the MPDA, in passing the aforesaid resolution, has acted in defiance of the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Now, who respects the Navy? They are nationalists. These are frauds here. They are prepared to sell human being lives for the profit of airlines and airports. Or the color coded zone prepared thereunder. It was beyond their powers. The Honorable Court further stated, according to us, the MPDA, which is constituted under the State Act, will not have the competence to act contrary to the rules and notifications. But order is on paper. They are keeping on doing the nonsense. But my question is, when the Director of Civil Aviation has come out with a report where it has noticed certain deficiencies that could create disaster, that should have been corrected or has to be corrected, why are those airports and airlines not being made public so that people take their own risk? Tomorrow, after having published it, if I have to travel on that, that's my risk. But today, you're making me innocently go, not knowing what is there. So is this not trying to use human life for profits? For some company's profit, which something goes to your pocket? Otherwise, is this happening? They should explain. And I have shown you the same transport minister who himself is shameless. Because of this color-coded zone, which is a 4-kilometer area, which is everywhere, he calls the Navy shameless. I have shown it. I am not making a charge. Now the court directs the MPDA, Village Panchayat of Chikali, to refrain from granting any permission in respect of properties affected by that color-coded zone. Our charge is and our demand is, we want a thorough investigation within 30 days to tell the people of Goa that everything is functioning as per rules and regulations. As per the court order. Court order, in my opinion, is still on paper. It is being twisted and turned over there because court orders are implemented by the administration. And the administration belongs to the double engine Sarkar. It belongs to a shameless minister who's calling our respected Navy personnel as shameless. And they talk of nationalism. He should be sacked for this type of utterances. But no, he's still in the washing machine. Whether he'll come out clean or he'll get stuck in it, we don't know. Okay. We restrain the MPDA from acting on or implementing its resolution that which had taken side-tracking the colored zone. We are restricting them, taking into consideration the issue of aviation safety. Now, sometime back, there was a MG-29 jet fighter crash, fell down. What is the reason? Bird hit. What is the reason of a bird hit? A fish market in the surroundings of that, in that area. So when you have a fish market and all its remains are not going to be birds there, unless Mobim like a vulture goes to eat that, and he promises to clear all that. So another disaster is that the buildings are at high level, giving anti-social, anti-national terrorists a full bird's view of the entire airport. This is not my observation. Again, the observations are here recorded by the court. The Navy authorities have informed by letter dated 7/5/2018, which is not implemented. Therefore, I am reading it. Because those letters are still on record. Tomorrow, when a blast takes place, this will come and then be shoved. Because they are only inquiring. DGCA is not giving the names of the airports and airlines to cover whom and to benefit whom. All the above buildings, this is very important, provide uninterrupted view of the Naval Air Station and operation area of Dabolim Airport and could be used by inimical elements to gather valuable intelligence which would be severely detrimental to national and civil aviation security. Such intelligence could become a precursor to a breach of security by usage of shortage range weapons against aviation targets. This building falls within 500 meters boundary of INS. Answer. And then you say terrorists came into Palgam, killed so many people, went away. You have left an open ground. not bothered. Because money is the criteria. Human beings' lives are not the criteria for this government. Go, condemn yourself. Now there is a ground plus 7th floor of one Kamla Prasad Yadav, who is a very close associate of Morbin Gudino. Any blind man will tell you, even a deaf man will tell you. He's made a court. He has got all the permissions. I challenge him. Those permissions, how did I get it? If you got the permission, the Navy has to be in the picture. Which permission you got? Without the Navy in the picture. So all these are facts. We are AITC demands that first of all, names of airports and airlines where the DGCA itself has said that there are lacunas which could create problems. And there are vehicles without governors. Can you imagine what can happen if a plane is taking off and one vehicle goes that side? Why governors are put, sir, this is constrained the speed and last minute we can just bring it to a halt? No. So they are saying it, declare the names of the airport so that passengers give the passengers the choice to decide whether they want to take the risk of their lives or not. You are putting them into the risk of their lives by allowing those airlines and those airports to be operational. If not, close them down. The second thing is permissions around falling in the coded zone of the Navy should be immediately examined and brought security to that military airport, not keeping them exposed to antisocial, terrorists and so forth, and then keep on investigating how they came and where they came and from where they came, and the whole ground is open. Thank you.
Trajan Bob, you said this report that you're reading from is 2018.
Order.
The order was 2018.
Yeah.
Who has the owners now to act on this? Which is it the MPDA or is it the?
No, it is the collector. 1 minute. It is the Navy has already written to the collector.
So the direction is to the collector.
Finally, it is the Goa administration. They have done it to the Panchayat. The Panchayat minister is there sitting down. You should answer. And what I read you is the court order. Nothing is changed from here. All remains there as it is.
So what will be your action now? Since you said that you're given 30 days to.
They should disclose it in the interest of passage. I will definitely find out legal act because I want to know these petitioners what they have done also.
Would you be writing it to the government?
I will wait for 30
the
days.
reply?
I will wait for 30 days.
Any higher authority or anything?
I will write to the DGCA. What I have to write authorities? Now finally here in this picture of hard demand is the director. Even this local government cannot do much.
And these observations were from DGCA.
This well published in newspapers. Yes. These are not mine. These are not mine, brothers. These are not mine. These are well. It is come, I think so. Yesterday it came, I think so on. But PTI has flashed it out. And they have quoted PTI straightforward. And there is no denial on that. Let them deny that this is not there. All the whole reporters and all airlines are functioning properly. Let them say that. But you are saying they are not working properly and putting the passengers' life at risk. At whose cost?
And also your allegation with respect to the Panchayat minister, you said the person who owns the building is a close associate.
Yes, everybody
so
knows.
Are you saying that the Panchayat minister could be responsible for the disaster at the Dabolim airport?
He is fully responsible. From 2017, he's sitting down as a minister there. And he doesn't know what is happening in Dabolim. Don't you know that recently that flyover there was a stay for the high rise coming? There are buildings higher than that. Who is responsible?
And who is this Kamla Prasad Yadav?
Somebody, some serpent or something in Chicago.
Chicago. So he is doing.
I think at the time of the petition, he was a deputy serpent. That's what he mentioned there.
He is doing all illegal.
I am holding the Panchayat minister responsible, sitting down there. You member of the MD, you are passing a resolution to say that reject the Navy's code. Why you are blaming small people here in this game? The Panchayat Minister is directly involved in this. He was for the meeting, no, which is negating. And the High Court has said that they have gone beyond the powers where the minister was there. This is my charge. I'm not talking something there.
Mariano, what is the condition about the Dabolim airport right now?
He's explained in detail. It's more or less the same whatever I have to say. I've said in the Dabolim airport we are sitting on a ticking time bomb. Okay? Any disaster can happen anytime.
It can happen while we are talking here. Because this is the DGCA report, and please take it seriously. I'm not making a charge. It is flashed on newspapers through PTI and so forth, on national news.
And secondly, Dabolim airport is a military airport. It being
Defense.
civilian airport.
Is it the shameless color?
Organization.
Talking of.
Thank you.